Good afternoon and welcome to the Public Service Commission of South Carolina. It is Thursday, August the 11th, and we are here for our regularly scheduled commission business meeting. Before we begin, let's take a roll call of commissioners. Present in the hearing room, we have Commissioner Jay Williams, Vice Chair Powers, Commissioner Caston, Commissioner C. Williams, and with us virtually we have Commissioner Irvin. Is Commissioner Thomas? Commissioner Thomas, are you on the phone?
Thomas, I am.
Thank you, sir. Let's pause for a moment of silent meditation before we begin, please. Thank you. Mr. Scarborough.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, Vice Chair Powers and Commissioners. The first order of business is to set the next commission business meeting. Staff recommends that the next regularly scheduled meeting be held on Thursday, August the 18th at 2 p.m., 1 week from today.
Next business meeting will be on Thursday, August 18th at 2 p.m.
There are 12 items on the utilities agenda and 7 items on the motor carrier agenda. We'll start with the utilities agenda. Item number 1 is in docket numbers 2010-91C and 2022-14C. This is a request from Assurance Wireless of South Carolina, LLC, for confidential treatment of its 2021 eligible telecommunications carrier annual report.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. Commissioners, we've heard item number 1 on the utilities agenda identified. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, may I make a motion?
Vice Chair Powers.
I move that the Commission grant the request of Assurance Wireless of South Carolina, LLC, for confidential treatment of portions of 2021 ETC report identified as confidential. So moved.
Thank you. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 2 involves docket number 2022-4G. Staff presents for commission consideration final disposition of Piedmont Natural Gas Company Incorporated's annual review of purchase gas adjustment and gas purchasing policies.
Commissioners, we've heard item 2 identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Commissioner Irvin.
Thank you. I move the commission find that Piedmont's gas purchasing policies and practices during the review period to be reasonable and prudent, that the company properly adhered to the gas cost recovery provisions mechanism known as GCRM of its gas tariff and commission orders during the review period, that the company managed its hedging plan during the review period in a reasonable and prudent manner consistent with the commission orders, that Piedmont's true-up procedures for the review period resulted in a properly stated cost of gas, Piedmont's gas costs were properly recorded in accordance with Piedmont's GCRM and hedging plan, and the end of period balances for Piedmont's hedging account and deferred gas account are those reflected in the testimony and evidence of Piedmont witness Tomlinson as presented at the hearing. I further move the commission approve the settlement agreement as a reasonable resolution of the issues and find that the settlement agreement to be in the public interest. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Irvin. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner Irvin. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 3 on the utilities agenda is in docket number 2014-37G, which is a request for approval of the service agreement for firm gas between Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and Gale Foods Southeast LLC, formerly known as Crescent Dairy and Beverages LLC.
Commissioners, with regard to item 3 as identified by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission approve the service agreement for firm gas between Dominion Energy South Carolina and Gale Foods Southeast LLC. So moved.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner J. Williams. Is there any discussion? We'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Commissioners, item number 4 is in docket number 2022-244G. This is a request for approval of a compressed natural gas fuel purchase agreement and request for confidential treatment between Piedmont Natural Gas Company, Incorporated, and Amazon Logistics, Incorporated. The Office of Regulatory Staff has requested additional time to review this request. Therefore, staff recommends that this item be carried over.
Item number 4 will be carried over.
Item number 5 is in docket number 2022-156G, which involves the petition of Piedmont Natural Gas Company, Incorporated, to suspend routine meter testing for the remainder of 2022. Staff presents for commission consideration additional review of the letter from the Office of Regulatory Staff dated July the 14th, 2022.
Commissioners, with regard to agenda item 5, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Thomas.
Commissioner Thomas, you have the floor.
Thank you. On May 19th, 2022, the Commission granted the request of Piedmont Natural Gas Company, Incorporated, Piedmont, suspend its routine meter testing plan through the remainder of calendar year 2022 due to the recognition and assertion by Piedmont of imminent exhaustion of ERTs due to global supply chain shortages and delays in the delivery of critical materials and components for natural gas meters. See Directive Order number 2022-364. At that time, the Commission reserved the right to take further action following the receipt of ORS's review. ORS submitted its report on July 14, 2022 to the Commission. Having reviewed the report from ORS, the Commission continues to recognize that supply chain difficulties and shortages are faced by Piedmont, but the Commission must also balance the interests of the public, especially the natural gas customers of Piedmont, in this matter. ORS suggested that the Commission require Piedmont to file a status report on this issue no later than December the 2nd of 2022. I move that the Commission amend its order number 2022-364, which granted Piedmont's request to suspend its routine meter testing plan for the remainder of calendar year 2022. To direct that Piedmont update the Commission in writing on the status of ERT and Itron silicon chips, supply issues, and its ability to return to routine meter testing by providing an update no later than December the 2nd, 2022. If needed, Piedmont can make a subsequent request for suspension of its routine meter testing plan. Nothing shall prohibit the Commission from taking further action as needed in this matter. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, hearing the motion of Commissioner Thomas, is there any discussion? Commissioner Thomas, I will be supporting your motion. I think it is clear to a lot of the folks in these industries the shortages and the difficulties that supply chain issues have caused them. Of course, I think we all recognize that it's incumbent on the utility to let us know in sufficient time when there are issues so that if action is needed on request, such as this for waiver or suspension of routine matters, that we be notified so that we can work with them. I appreciate the company reaching out, and I also appreciate the report from ORS, and I appreciate this motion as well. Thank you. Commissioners, we'll proceed to a vote and begin with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Jay Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 6 involves dockets numbered 2022-161W, 2022-166W, and 2022-167W. Staff presents for Commission consideration the consolidation of these 3 dockets for the purposes of conducting a hearing according to South Carolina Code Annotated Regulations 103-840.
Commissioners, with regard to agenda item 6 as identified by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston.
I move that the commission consolidate docket numbers 2022-166-W and 2022-167-W for hearing purposes at the party's suggestion. I further move that docket 2022-161-W remain a separate matter. The party shall submit a proposed procedural schedules, including potential hearing dates, for all 3 dockets within 7 days of today's date. Before including potential hearing dates in any proposed procedural schedule, the party shall consult with the Commission's chief clerk about the availability of possible hearing dates. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner Caston. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams. Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
I vote aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 7 is in docket number 2022-104E. This involves the following issues related to Commission Order number 2022-170 concerning the South Carolina Public Service Authority, also known as Santee Cooper. 1. The revelation of the sealed submission of names of the filers and other relevant information as requested by the Commissioners regarding the responses to the request for proposal, solicitation number 54000-23177, issued pursuant to order number 2022-170. And 2, other administrative tasks relating to the responses to the RFP, including but not limited to scheduling public interviews and scheduling deadlines for the parties in the affected docket to submit questions for the prospective consultant, and scheduling deadlines for the Commission to provide the prospective external qualified independent third-party consultants or experts with proposed questions from the Commissioners.
Ms. Boyd, you're recognized.
Madam Chair, Procurement Director Matthew Hall is not available to attend this afternoon's commission business meeting. He provided me with 3 envelopes this morning, and if at your direction, I will proceed to open those envelopes.
And those envelopes remain sealed.
These envelopes are sealed.
Ms. Boyd, I'd ask that you go ahead and open the envelopes to reveal the submissions under this RFP.
Madam Chair, the name of the first entity that in the envelope that I've just opened that submitted a bid in response to the proposal that mentioned by Mr. Scarborough is the Brado Group. The Brado Group is located in Boston, Massachusetts. This was a little tough.
We should have gotten you a sharp knife.
I know. All right, Madam Chair, the name of the second entity that has submitted a proposal in response to today's solicitation that's being opened is PA Consulting Group Incorporated, and this consultant is located in New York. Finally, Madam Chair, the last consultant that has submitted a bid is London Economics International, LLC, and this consultant is located also in Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Boyd. Those are the responses that we received for the RFP. Is there a motion with regard to the procedural schedule to follow?
Madam Chair, I would have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
My recommendation would be that public information from responses to RFP filed in this docket would be no later than 4:45 p.m. on Friday, August 12th, 2022. Questions from parties for prospective third-party consultant and experts in above referenced docket filed with the commission by Friday, September 9th, 2022. Questions from commissioners for prospective third-party consultants and experts issued in a hearing officer directive by Friday, September 9th, 2022. Public interviews of prospective third-party consultants and experts at a special commission business meeting Monday, September 19th, 2022. Feedback related to public interviews from parties filed with the commission by 3 p.m. Thursday, September 22nd, 2022. Final written conflicts check letter from prospective third-party consultants and experts filed with the commission by 3 p.m. Thursday, September 22nd, 2022. Commission decision regarding hiring third-party consultants and experts at the regular commission business meeting on Thursday, September 29th, 2022. Would so move.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Vice Chair Powers, may I offer a friendly amendment to the motion?
You certainly may.
I would like to add authority for the staff or the chief clerk or staff to be able to amend the schedule should circumstances arise. And
I accept that.
thank you. The only thing that concerns me is if maybe there's an issue with an entity being available on the date that we need to conduct interviews, that would allow staff to reschedule. Of course, we would have to notice another business meeting, but that would allow a little bit of flexibility for the chief clerk and staff. Commissioners, any questions about the amendment or the motion as amended? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote on the amended motion. Vice Chair Powers.
Vote aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion as amended carries.
Item number 8 is in docket number 2022-254E, which is Duke Energy Progress LLC's request to hold the proposed procedural schedule in abeyance, along with the Office of Regulatory Staff's response to Duke Energy Progress LLC's request.
Commissioners, you've heard the matter identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Thomas.
Commissioner Thomas, you have the floor.
Thank you. I move that the chief clerk confer with the parties on the proposed procedural schedule submitted by Duke Energy Progress. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? I would just like to add that I think that the chief clerk understands the concerns of some of the commissioners with regard to the setting of any hearing date that comes before the commission, especially on these cases where we have a statutory deadline, that we need to ensure that sufficient time is maintained for the hearing to be conducted. If the parties request a transcript, that the transcript be delivered, opportunity for proposed orders to give due and to be able to give due deliberation to the issues before the commission, and then to prepare a well-reasoned and complete order on it. So I understand that the parties have quite a bit to do on the front end during the time allotted to them, but we need to work together to understand the commission has quite a bit of work to do on the back end of the hearing to get our work completed. So thank you for the motion, Commissioner Thomas, and we will proceed to a roll call vote on that motion, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
I vote aye.
Commissioner C. Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin. Commissioner Irvin? Okay, got you there. Barely, but we did hear you briefly. And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 9 appears in docket number 2022-255E, which is Duke Energy Progress LLC's request for a waiver of notice and hearing, establishment of a comment due date for interested stakeholders, and an intervention deadline concerning its request for approval of rider DSM-EE number 14.
Commissioners, we've heard the item identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Have a motion, Vice Chair.
Vice Chair
Madam
Powers.
By order number 2022-341, the commission set procedural schedules for DSM and E filings for Dominion Energy, South Carolina, Duke Energy Carolinas, and Duke Energy Progress on May 5th, 2022. I move that we modify the procedural schedule for Duke Energy Progress as follows, and direct that notice of filing shall be provided to ratepayers via bill insert by DEP related to this proceeding. Application filed was on August 1st, 2022. Intervention deadline of October 19th, 2022. Comment deadline November 15th, 2022. The clerk's office shall provide DEP with a copy of the notice of filing no later than August 12th, 2022. Duke Energy Progress is also instructed to provide notice on its website and through social media outlets. Nothing prohibits Duke Energy Progress from issuing press releases to news and radio outlets as well. I also move the commission authorize the commission staff to modify this schedule if appropriate by hearing officer directive. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of the Vice Chairman. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Vice Chair Powers?
Vote aye.
Commissioner C. Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 10 appears in docket number 2022-256E. Staff presents for commission consideration the establishment of a procedural schedule for docket number 2022-256E and permission to issue a request for proposal to retain independent outside consultants to serve as advisors and counsel to the commission. ORS has requested additional time to review this item. Therefore, staff recommends that it be carried over.
This item will be carried over.
Item number 11 is in docket number 2022-259E, which is Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated's filing and staff's request for the appointment of a hearing officer.
Commissioners, with regard to item 11 on the utilities agenda, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Thomas.
Commissioner Thomas?
I move that we appoint David W. Stark as hearing officer in this proceeding. The hearing officer is directed to establish a procedural schedule and report to the commission no later than 10 calendar days. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Vote aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item 12 appears in docket number 2021-130S. This is the request of the City of Orangeburg, South Carolina Water Utilities Incorporated, the South Carolina Office of Regulatory Staff, and the Northwoods Estate Homeowners Association for an extension of time concerning the 10 business day deadline established by Commission Order number 2022-531.
Commissioners, we've heard the matter identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission grant the parties' request for an extension as stated in their August 10th, 2022 letter drafted by Attorney John Pringle. I further move that if this matter is not resolved by the parties' requested extension, September 9th, 2022, that the commission set this matter for a hearing. So moved.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner J. Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission. So we'll move on to the motor carrier agenda. And their items numbered 1 through 3 are all applications for Class C certificates. Staff recommends that those 3 items be taken together, and I will review them for the commission. Item number 1 is in docket number 2022-345T. This is the application of Shiro Enterprises LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. That should be docket number 2022-245T. Item number 2 is in docket number 2022-246T. Is the application of All-in-Time Transit Limited Company for a Class C taxi certificate. And item number 3 is in docket number 2022-247T. It is the application of Mother DeVoe Adult Daycare for a Class C non-emergency certificate.
Commissioners, we've heard the matters identified from the agenda in items 1 through 3. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, this is Commissioner Thomas.
Please go ahead, Commissioner Thomas. You have the floor.
I move that the commission approve the applications for Class C certificates in item numbers 1 through 3 as listed by Mr. Scarborough.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 4 appears in docket number 2022-149T and is a request from Menity Business Group LLC for a 12-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Commissioners, we've heard item 4 identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Madam Chair, fellow commissioners, I move that the commission grant an extension to Manatee Business Group LLC until May 12, 2023 to come into compliance with commission rules and regulations. This period of time represents 1 year from the issuance of Commission Order 2022-316.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Hearing the motion of Commissioner J. Williams, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner C. Williams. Excuse me. Commissioner. I apologize for going out of order here. Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 5 is in docket number 2021-300T. This is the request of Crimson Beauty Transporting LLC for an additional extension of time until September the 28th of 2022 to comply with commission rules and regulations.
With regard to this agenda item as identified by Mr. Scarborough, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
I move the commission grant an extension to Crimson Beauty Transporting LLC until September 23rd, 2022 to come into compliance with commission rules and regulations. This period of time represents 1 year from the issuance of Commission Order 2021-634.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Vice Chair Powers.
Vote aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2022-220T. This is the request of Right Lane Transportation LLC to withdraw its application for a Class C charter certificate, which the commission granted on July 7, 2022 in Commission Order number 2022-454.
Commissioners, with regard to item 6 on the transportation agenda, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you. On August 2nd, 2022, the applicant requests to withdraw the Class C charter application filed on June 17th, 2022. This application was granted by the Commission on July 7th, 2022. However, the applicant has not been issued its Class C charter certificate. Pursuant to South Carolina Code Section 58-5-320, I move that the Commission rescind the order number 2022-454 due to the withdrawal request from the applicant. This will allow the clerk's office and the clerk's office directed to administratively close this docket. So moved.
It shouldn't be 5. Bear with me just a second. Vice Chairman. It shouldn't be Title 5. Mr. Chair, may we take a momentary break, please? I just want to check on a code section. That code section is not, I think we said 58-5-320, is that correct? May we stand at ease for about 5 minutes? Well, just let's stand at ease. We'll be back momentarily. Thank you a second. It can't be 5. Thank you for your indulgence. We are back in the commission business meeting, and let's do a quick roll call of commissioners. Present in the hearing room, we have Commissioner J. Williams, Vice Chair Powers, Commissioner C. Williams, Commissioner Caston. Via telephone, we have Commissioner Thomas, and virtually we have Commissioner Irvin. Thank you for your indulgence. Commissioner or Vice Chair Powers, I recognize you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to, after a review of the proper statute, I misstated when I said section 58-5-320. The proper code section for that would be 58-3-225. And I would like to amend my own motion to reflect the proper code section.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers, and thank you for that amendment. Commissioners, we've heard the amended motion of Commissioner Powers. The only amendment is to correct a code section that he had referred to. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
Vote aye.
Commissioner C. Williams. Sorry.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Urban.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The amended motion carries.
Madam Chair, item number 7 is in docket number 2013-145T. This is a request of Mark I Moving and Storage Incorporated to amend a Class E certificate number 9666-B to read, quote, between points and places in South Carolina, end quote.
Commissioners, we've heard item number 7 is identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Vice Chair Powers.
Thank you. I move that the commission approve the modification of Class E certificate number 9666-B of Mark I Moving and Storage Incorporated by changing the scope of authority from between points and places in Abbeville, Anderson, Edgefield, Greenville, Oconee, and Pickens counties in South Carolina to between points and places in South Carolina, which in effect grants statewide authority. I find that amended certificate shall be issued by the Office of Regulatory Staff upon Mark I Moving and Storage Incorporated complying with South Carolina Code annotated section 58-23-10 et sequa as amended, and the applicable regulations for motor carriers, South Carolina Code annotated regs volume 10, 2012 as amended, and the requirements listed in Exhibit A, which are attached to this directive. So move.
Thank you, Vice Chair Powers. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner C. Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner J. Williams.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the Commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. Appreciate your keeping us straight today, if that's possible. Our next regularly scheduled business meeting will be next Thursday. That's August the 18th at 2 p.m. Thank you, and this meeting is adjourned.